quickly and share this with you. Just got in from church, and I had an experience that set me into thinking. So oftentimes when people ask, "How are you?" or "How are you doing?" it's very natural for us to say, "I'm fine, I'm doing okay," even if we're not doing okay. We've become so accustomed to that question being one, a generic question, where people sometimes ask the question not really wanting to know how we're doing. They just want the very smooth answer of, "I'm fine." And then, of course, there are people who genuinely ask to know, but because we are accustomed to the the latter, we tend to just answer across the board. Like it's just one answer across the board. "How are you doing?" "I'm fine." And sometimes we're not fine. So I'm going on a mission trip with my church, and I had to speak with one of the pastors, who'd be going along with us on this trip. Because my diet is particularly plant-based for health reasons, he began asking questions. What is your expectation for the trip? How can we, better serve you? And I said, "Oh, I'm fine. I just, because we'd be staying in an Airbnb, I know that we'd be making groceries, so it's fine. When we go to the grocery, I'll just get stuff that's suitable for me." I said, "I'm fine, no problem, there." And he said something that really struck me. He said, "Let's just make sure that you're fine, because we've had a conversation and you understand that you can be loved on, and not that you're fine because you don't want to be a burden to people." And I had to admit in that moment, I said, "Honestly, Pastor, I am B. I'm fine because I don't want to be a burden to people and I don't want to have this awkward conversation." And he said, "Well, let's work on A. Let's work on you being fine because you understand that one, we are aware of what's your diet, and we are willing to accommodate your diet." And I left church. Well, first I said to him, "You didn't have to call me out like that." And he's like, "We're going to keep calling out each other. Even on this trip, we're going to be calling out each other." But I left church with thoughts. My mind was just going, 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 because oftentimes we say that we're okay when we're not. And we say it to avoid having awkward conversations. We say it to avoid being a problem to people or a burden to people. And sometimes people genuinely just want to love on us. That was my experience today. I said that I was fine, but inside I was like, okay, I would have to figure out how to eat. And here I was being served in love. "We are willing to work with what you have to eat." He even said, "We're willing to eat plant-based." They're willing to accommodate me, like full on, full 100. And I would not have experienced that type of love had I given in, which I did. Let me correct that. Had he not challenged my way of thinking, and had he not challenged my answer, I would not have been able to experience that kind of love. So I just wanted to drop in and say to you, if you are not okay, say that you're not okay. Don't try to be okay. Don't think about if the conversation that you're going to have with someone is going to be awkward. They're not going to understand. If you are not doing well and someone says, "How are you doing?" you can say, "I am not doing well today. I feel sad today. I'm unhappy today. I don't have finances today," depending on who it is. Of course, wisdom is always necessary. But I just wanted to drop in and say, if you are not doing okay, please say so. God Himself said, "Come just as you are." And if you are in a church community, or you're in a work community, or friends or people who are asking, be authentic. Don't pretend to be something else. Tell them how you feel and experience the love that people possibly want to give to you, right? So that was my experience today. Just got in from church. I had to just drop in and share this testimony with y'all because I am accustomed just saying I'm fine. Yeah, yes, Hayes. If you're not okay, say you're not okay. I'm accustomed saying, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm doing fine." And sometimes when I say I'm fine, I'm not fine. I'm not fine. And that was the lesson that I had to learn, when I spoke to my pastor today, that if I'm not comfortable with something or I'm not fine, I need to speak up. So that was my encouragement for you all. Have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love you all with the love of the Lord. Bye. Take care.